Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Hamster's
Oh,
Hobby
I can't hear
Hang.
hamster.
Yeah, he's just talking to the chat. He's ignoring us right
Yeah,
now.
sorry, I didn't change it to voice activity. Also, I
Oh.
can't see you even though I can see you in the pre-stream, so let me work on that.
Woo! Yes. Mace, why don't you describe what you're painting?
I am redoing the Lizard Man from maybe a month ago, so
I haven't seen that movie.
yeah, I'm actually rewriting the entire script of it because I thought it was good, but not good enough. So redoing the Lizard Man. Oh, there we are. I
There
see
we
it.
are.
Oh, nice. Okay.
But it's this guy now that you can see. He looked too shabby for my taste, so I'm unshabifying him or de-shabifying him.
Nice.
Like Shaba ranks?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
Nice. Hey,
What do you
everybody's
like?
here. NPC's here. Finley's here. Demon's here. Six of Clubs is here.
Woohoo!
Vertex is here. Woo! That's the whole gang.
The whole gang's
Woo!
here.
I've got kind of a... Oh, only saw the legs of the mini. Mace, can we see the head of the mini?
Show it
They
off.
want his head.
Lower. There you go.
All right.
Nice. Yeah, give it that display hand. Are you a hand model?
I am a hand model. Actually, I'm a makeup guru, so
I try on...
I know all about getting my.
Yeah, I'm a hand model. I try on different hands for magazines, and
God.
I help people pick out hands.
What are you painting?
I guess it's actually a thing for prosthetics. Oh, you
Yeah,
already primed your thing.
It's my my biggest weakness is seeing something with a prosthetic, and then I get weak in the knees.
What?
I'm just going with whatever Chris is putting down. I don't have the heart to say no today.
Hamster, it looks like you primed your mini, because that was metal, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, I slapped some primer in all these, just with a brush.
That's cheating, but alright.
Priming with a brush is cheating?
Yeah.
New
I mean,
rule.
that's fine. I pre-wash these. So I'm doing more shades from Reaper. I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff ready for... We're recording more of my game tonight and tomorrow morning, and so I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff ready that I think we might be using potentially soon.
For the natural ones?
Yeah, for the natural ones.
Natural underscore ones, is that right?
Natural underscore ones
on
underscore.
Twitch, live play.
Jeez.
It's not live.
We're done until next month.
Oh, okay.
Now we're recording. Yeah, it's a recorded show. First time watching the stream. Hey, Tie Dye Tony. I saw you follow yesterday, and I told people, I was like, huh, somebody named Tie Dye. I thought it was a good name.
Yeah, Chris has a thing for people named Tony, much like my prosthetics.
You know what? When you're right, you're right.
Thank you.
Trying to get this adjusted correctly.
Yeah, DMN, this is more Relicblade. I'm obsessed, and I also have so many miniatures. I think this is going to be the last one I do, though, just to switch it up. The thing is, they come in packs of like 4, so when I crack one open, I always have a few. But I'm thinking I might do like a video on a faction pack at a time or something like that on my own, so it might be cool. So I'll switch it up next time.
So, yeah, so I'm doing some more of these wraiths, because we'll be around a bunch of undead soon.
Sweet.
And I already did the wash on them, so I'm not going to be focusing on them mostly. I'm mostly going to be focusing on this boat that I got from Reaper. It's a lot smaller than ours, than the barge. It can fit like 2 minis, it looks like. But I don't know. We don't have a boat at my house, so I thought it'd be fun to try it. What do you think you'll do next week then, Hamster?
I got some Infinity, some sci-fi stuff that I can do.
Sci-fi?
Yeah.
But I thought Dwarven Forge doesn't do sci-fi.
Hey, at the end of Wildlands, we made a promise for something in the near future, so we'll see.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that, man.
That'll be so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, DMN. I have some. I got the 2-player Infinity Code 1 starter, so it comes with Yujing, which I really like as well, and also Pan Oceania, which I also like. I do have a different pack from a year or two ago that has the combined army, the Shavasti, which are super alien and sweet too. So I think those are my favorites. Yeah, the Code 1 starter and the Beyond pack. I really like that model too, where they do like an affordable starter set for 2 players. That's about the same price as most other starters, but sometimes like Warhammer starters, they've come out with like odd model numbers that don't actually fit within the rules and stuff like that. But then Infinity, what they do is they have the basic starter, and if you like it, they do it basically an expansion to it that's less expensive that 100% boosts them up to a legal army, legal band, war band.
Cool idea. Making it accessible like that.
Man, I want to play more Relicblade.
Dude, me too, man.
We should do that over the break.
Yeah, some tabletop simulator.
Yeah.
For sure, man. I haven't thrown down on there. I did play a little Warhammer, I guess, recently. Now that I think about it.
I saw you on there. I thought about asking, but I didn't want to bother you.
Yeah, I was in there playing some 40K. Trying out the new Crusade rules where you have campaign elements so units can gain experience and gain items and things like that. But it's cool because it's designed to not have to be linear in like a full campaign. Like basically you can have your Crusade army and all of the experience and things that you've earned in many Crusade battles with different players. And then if you decide with another random player that you want to play Crusade, they have a system where it bridges the gap if one army is newer and one army has been playing a lot of Crusade. There's kind of a ability points that will kind of balance them, and you can basically play the same Crusade army forever with anybody who has a Crusade army.
Huh. So Crusade just means it's for campaign. It doesn't really say anything about like the size of it or anything.
Well, no, it does. You can have different sized armies, which are gonna have different like parameters for how many what they call agendas, like special campaigns, secondary objectives that can get you stuff. How many of those you can pick and that kind of thing. So it's pretty cool. It's basically similar campaign elements to other games, but it doesn't have to be in the same campaign every time. You can have this ongoing history with the army like forever.
That's cool.
Interesting. I would really like to get into that. I feel like doing a campaign with Relicblade would be really fun.
Oh yeah, I played a couple campaign games with another friend, and that was super cool. Just to have the ongoing resource pool, and like they that has a system where you have like a home base with basically like NPCs, right, that can give you different upgrades, like the weaponsmith and the wizard that can give you different spells and magical items, that kind of thing. So you can choose to get new heroes or get items for your heroes, or level up your settlement in the home base for like the off-game stuff or for crafting new stuff.
I wonder how much people have been like min-maxing it, and how much people have just like been doing what seems fun.
I'm sure with Relicblade, people are doing what's wacky and fun, and with 40K, they're min-maxing and spreadsheeting the crap out of it.
That makes a lot of sense, actually. That's one of the things I'm afraid of with getting into BattleTech, is I'm afraid of BattleTech potentially not being very accessible to newer players. Like, I'm worried it might be one of those games where the people who are into it are like super into it and like know like the clear dominant strategies in like every situation.
Yeah.
Every now and then when you get into like a competitive game, it'll just be like imposingly difficult to get started because you're just immediately outclassed when there's not like a lot of new players all the time.
Yeah, that one I'm less familiar with, but 40K and Age of Sigmar have large enough audiences where, kind of depending on your local scene, you can kind of get one or the other. But they definitely, the hardcore competitive rules guys exist in Warhammer, and normally most of the time people are nice, but Definitely Relicblade is more of a casual fun game where like you want to do cool stuff. And 40K is like the tournament game.
Yeah. That's the same with any game with a versus element, right? It'd be up to the company to create systems and standards for the hardcore and for the entry level. Right, but I'm saying like sometimes different games, like, you know, they're so for example, there's this game Guns of Icarus that I absolutely adore.
Oh yeah.
It's a fantastic game. However, one of the issues is when it first launched, it was only a PvP experience, and it had a small user base. So one of the biggest problems, the PC Flying Skyship, yeah, it's a 4-player co-op. Although they did release a PvE mode, which is also very good. I love that game. I love playing it. It's very hard to get people into it because it has like a small player base, and it's kind of a cycle because of that, where you've got a couple players that are on basically all the time that are insanely good at it, and then when new players try to get in, it's very hard to not feel discouraged right away because you're starting off so far behind like everybody else. And so that's what I worry about with BattleTech, because I don't hear about like a lot of like new BattleTech scenes starting up or anything. It seems like a thing that like people have been doing for a long time. So like I'm learning it and I want to start playing it, but finding like a good starter place to play BattleTech is kind of intimidating, I think.
Yeah, that one's been around for a while. I haven't jumped into that one myself, so I haven't kept up with any scene. I don't know. Have you looked into anything that exists out here? I mean, there has to be a group out here or something.
Well, unfortunately, there's been a pandemic going on pretty much the entire time I've been interested in BattleTech.
Yeah.
So, as far as looking for like a group to go play at, which I guess is a rough thing with wargaming in general, is outside of Tabletop Simulator, it's very hard to play war games remotely compared to RPGs.
Oh, you just said that. Never mind. I was going to ask about Tabletop Simulator if you've tried it with that, but you literally just said that.
Tabletop is very fun. Is BattleTech 1v1? From my experience, yes. From what I understand about the rules so far, I believe that there are ways to play it that there's I think there is like a PvE option, and I think there's actually like a single player option as well, where you can have like dice rolls like determine what the other side's doing.
That's cool.
I don't know. I'm still just getting into it. I play the, I don't know. I like the video game version a lot, and so basically my understanding of BattleTech is fueled by the video game and then what I've read in the rulebook so far, from because I've been ordering like the box sets and stuff and getting the lances set up. I want to start painting those soon. I'm getting some other paints that I think will be better for it. But
What kind of paints you thinking?
I've heard really good things about Army Painter,
Oh, sure, yeah.
and I don't know, like some of the models that I've seen where I like it. I'm like, yeah, I like the effect that this is having on mechs or on Gundams or whatever. Like Army Painter seems to be a fairly commonly used thing, so I've been thinking about looking at that. I also need to just watch more videos on like how to pull off like a mech, basically.
Sure, yeah. Yeah, I don't mind Army Painter. I've had them for a while.
There's Vallejo has like a mecha line, I think.
Oh, really?
That I've been looking at.
I love Vallejo. I haven't seen those, though. They're probably good then, though.
I think it might just be for finishes, or I might have misunderstood what it was. I'm still very new to all this.
I'm glad you're getting into it. I'm glad there's
Yeah.
another wargamer at Dwarven Forge.
I really like playing them.
Mace got really into when we started playing Warcry and stuff. She was having a good time.
Yeah,
I
you guys
love
played
Warcry.
Warcry. You did Frostgrave too, right? Or
Yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Then
I'm not gonna lie.
Badgers and Burrows, or whatever it is.
Yeah, we
Mecha
tried
line-
that. That was fun.
The
That one
mecha
was
line is
fun.
amazing, very thin paint, and adheres to plastics very well. Okay, so I was right. So Vallejo does have a mecha line.
For all the war games I've played too before, I have more fun playing that than I do with D&D. Like I love D&D and I feel like I have more attachment with like the people that I play with over time. Probably because those are my campaigns, and for war games I haven't done a campaign, but like there's so much more excitement in wargaming for me.
With D&D, I feel like comes down almost entirely to the people I'm playing with, like, which I think is just the case with RPGs in general, because you're talking about improvising and collaborative storytelling, so like the group being able to do that in a way that is satisfying for you is a major part of it. Whereas with war games, I think it is more of like a self-sufficient rule set, like it is a more rules-driven experience.
Yeah, 100%. And you
I
know,
know, like,
you're starting at a climax right away. You know, like.
And like with the D&D I play, like I don't think that necessarily the roleplay I'm enjoying is because of D&D's rules. It's because of the people I'm playing with. You know.
For sure.
In fact, in a lot of ways, I've been kind of wanting to just play other systems other than D&D. But D&D is what people are familiar with.
And it's your job.
I mean, we're not a D&D company. We're a tabletop company. D&D
It's
happens to be
true.
the biggest market,
True,
but
true.
yeah. Although that is like a funny thing, right? Like when you're explaining it to like the average person, it's easier to describe what we do as like making stuff for D&D as opposed to making stuff for tabletop RPGs. The average person recognizes like the concept of D&D before they recognize the concept of tabletop RPGs.
Yeah, true. There's
Yeah, normally when I am explaining what I do, I lead in with the fact that it's like D&D heavy.
Honestly, I start with I paint toy prototypes, and if they are genuinely interested, they will ask, and then I'll get into it.
That's not a bad idea. The problem is I don't work on the actual pieces, so I can't really get away with that.
Yeah. Six of Clubs. Oh, Six of Clubs says, Hamster, notice me, senpai. Okay. I asked last week about the Bayou Barge, and you told me you sludge and terracotta. Oh. Okay. So,
did you give him bad advice?
No. We said a couple different things separately. So the wood of the barge is base wood, dry brushed over the casting and the shadows. Base wood with terracotta highlight. That's the wood. And then after you do that, add sludge for the sludge and the algae. And then usually around like the perimeter of it, as it goes into the wood, I do a little black wash to look like sort of water damage and darken a bit of the sludge. And then it's heaviest sludge and where the thickest would be in like the crevice where it's really congealing.
All right. What other system would you think you would like? I really like the North Sea epilogue system. Is really interesting. I've played a couple sessions with that. Actually, I did one test session with Eli and Letitia and Nina at Dwarven Forge, and then I did it for my friends that I play D&D with for two stories basically. It's a really cool kind of collaborative storytelling system. Like the DM doesn't play against the players at all. The DM basically, the flow of the game is essentially that you put them in a situation, you describe like what the situation is, and you ask them like what they want to try to do. They tell you what they're trying to do, and you decide based off of their character sheet and the things they're good at, how difficult it would be to do that thing, and you set like a target number basically. They roll, and then you tell them whether they succeed or fail, and by how much, if it's like a great success or a slight failure or stuff like that. You basically tell them like what the net outcome is, and then they get to describe and roleplay how they got to that outcome, basically. So you never do anything to them. You just help guide them with like storytelling, more or less.
I'm sad I missed that because I did really want to try it. I forget why I couldn't do it, but I was signed up and then I had to miss.
Yeah. Hadn't you heard of the game system? From what I understand, it's like it's a roleplay system that's spun off of a board game. But yeah, North Sea Epilogues. It's a very good system. I enjoy it a lot, and I stole some concepts from it for the Redwall system I've been kind of homebrewing in my free time. Uh, what's another really good system? Gun and Slinger recently got kickstarted,
Yeah,
and
coming out soon.
yeah, it's coming out very soon. One of my friends. It was funny. Our friend Miles. If you saw the Thanksgiving stream, Miles was there. He sent me the game at one point, and this was actually, it was during Wildlands. He sent me the game. And he's like, "Oh, this looks really cool," and I looked at it, and I was like, "Huh, I recognize the name. I know the guy that's like running this." And so I reached out to him, and we actually got to play like, we got to do like a live play session. Me, Hamster, and Miles did a live play session of its beta basically to help show it off during the Kickstarter.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's a system where it's a DM and 2 players, and you don't roll dice. You try to accomplish things by playing blackjack, basically.
Yeah.
It's a very
Ooh.
it's a very open-ended roleplay system, very built off of the rule of cool, very open for changing gears like on a dime. Like the entire second half of the session, I wound up completely changing on the spot because Miles and Hamster started doing something that I thought sounded like a lot more fun than what I had planned. And so I just like gave them motorcycles, and we basically wound up concluding it with like a kaiju motorcycle fight.
It was sweet.
It was pretty fun. But basically, so Gun and Slinger, you have one player who plays literally a sentient gun, and another person who plays the slinger. And so they have to work in tandem, but they have like their own things that they're capable of doing. And in order to actually like fire a shot, it takes both of them, but then they both have things they can do individually. It's a really cool system. Has anyone here actually played the Wendy system? I have not, although we do have it. I was at the Comic-Con where they gave away that stuff. But I haven't actually used the system. What other systems have I played? Oh, Space Kings is also really fun. It's another card-based system that another friend of mine made. I don't know why I have so many friends who make card-based RPG systems. Space Kings is very fun, though. That's basically involved... You're not playing cards so much as you are just drawing cards to get your results. And it's completely based around being just like a ridiculous... it's entirely based around just being ridiculous and nothing making sense and being improvised and just going for like big jokes. My character was a Pupalonian, which is just a dog humanoid. And his name was Dr. Space Doctor, PhD.
All right.
And, yeah.
Chris has a pretty good photoshopped image of this dog too.
Yeah, my character art for Dr. Space Doctor, PhD.
Yeah.
Is that the food RPG? Yeah, the Wendy's did the food RPG.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. I wanted to try that.
There's like a controversy right after it came out. That was unfortunate.
Why was there a controversy?
Because Critical Role like featured it, and then some stuff about like I think the political like donations of the head of Wendy's like came out, and it was like a thing on Twitter, and then I think Critical Role apologized for it. It was a whole thing.
I recently got this RPG game called Fiasco that I really want to try. But the premise of it is you and a group of 4 to 6 people are making a movie, and it's based on roles. So, like both types of roles. Like you have a role, but then also you roll a die.
Like dinner roll.
A dinner roll, yeah, dinner roll.
Excellent.
But it tells you the outcome as well, and it's not like a real winner because you're building a movie, but like in the end, there is a character that probably has the best outcome, so you could say that they're the winner. But I haven't played it yet. It was just described to me, so then I bought the book, and I have not had a group of 4 to 6 people for obvious reasons.
How are you supposed to get 46 people in one room?
4 to 6.
Oh. Well, I'm just counting wrong.
Yeah, you're
because of Wendy's not being part of the fair trade ingredient sourcing. Okay. So that's what it was. It was that they aren't part of the Fair Trade Commission, or they're not good with the Fair Trade Commission.
Here.
Yeah. So Critical Role issued an apology and stuff. But no, I have the dice from that whole thing actually on my dresser. I got like a dice bag and stuff.
Did you guys hear about the new Colonel Sanders movie that Hallmark is making?
What?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
like a
Hallmark is
follow-up
making-
to the dating sim game that they made.
What the heck?
Yeah, there's a free dating
Yeah.
sim game on Steam called I Love You, Colonel Sanders. KFC's getting really out there with their advertising.
I think all big companies are like.
Everybody's
It
trying
seems
to
like
do the
it's taken
Steakum
off
thing.
a lot because it does go viral, especially like the worst part of it is Mr. Peanut. Like they shouldn't have killed that man. And
They
replace him with
should-
a baby.
Here's the
Like,
thing: they should have killed him. Just then, that should have been the end of it. Is the thing.
Just
All
kill the
mascots-
brand?
never been a
all-
baby.
all- I think all mascots should be driven off of a cliff. Actually, they're not real people. I'm not saying like like celebrity sponsors should. I'm talking like Mr. Clean, who they're now trying to turn into a sex object. Absolutely, get rid of that man.
He's been a sex object. It is
Yeah,
not
get rid
a
of that-
now
get-
thing.
get-
He
get rid-
forever-
No, get rid of that man. I don't care. It's not okay. That sexy commercial they made with him? No. I'm not interested.
Maybe it's not marketed towards you. Maybe it's marketed towards people that clean their house.
If something isn't
Oh!
if something isn't marketed towards me, why should I like it?
I don't know, because you're the only human being that exists and matters, Chris. I forgot. I'm so sorry.
Everything is supposed to be made for me.
I know. It's hard being a straight male.
Psy?
who is white.
Psy?
Gender? Psy?
Isn't it cis?
Cis. Whatever. I've only read
Yo,
it.
if my gender can be psychic, I'm into it. If that's what that means.
Like
if that's what
Psyduck,
that's what it means.
it's
I don't
Psy
know,
Duck.
there's a lot of,
Cycris.
I'm down for Psy gender, honestly.
Okay. Me too. I'm thinking Psy now, like Gangnam Style Psy.
I was trying to figure out if there's something I could if there's a joke I could make regarding that. Yeah. How did you go thinking it was pronounced Psy? Oh,
I don't know. CIS, like
the S is silent.
it could be like. There's so many ways that you can pronounce a C. But I just assumed that it was Psy.
The C is not the problem.
The
It's the
I
si-
is the problem.
It's the silent S that's the problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm messed up. There's no
well.
fix in this brain.
Ugh. Man. My Discover Weekly this week is aggressively okay. Like, none of it is stuff that I want to turn off, but
Alright.
none of it's stuff that I want to, like, listen to again later.
I get that. I've been there. Did you do your wrapped or unwrapped?
I can't figure out how.
Oh, it's because you have an older phone. You have to do it on your phone.
Oh, it's got to be on your phone?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, that's probably just not going to happen, honestly.
Well,
Desktop
I had a
life.
lot of TikTok songs. Huh?
It's a desktop life.
Oh, yeah. Man, I'm full of burps, and they all taste horrible.
What is this song? I don't like that the last thing that the chat is saying is being happy about you dunking on me. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, well, maybe you shouldn't dump on mascots.
Maybe they should be less dunkable.
No. Well, there is a theory
Okay,
that
wait.
all
This
cereal brands basically.
song, the first 10
What's
seconds
up?
of this song rip. What is this? Dear God by Fantagram.
Chris, you interrupted me to tell me about a song that nobody else can hear.
I've
Also,
got it.
Fantagram's great. You should get into them, but like, can you not interrupt me to do like whatever? I don't care.
I gotta
Too
do what
spicy today. No Italian.
I gotta do what I can to get back at you.
Yeah, good luck. Karma will get me. You don't have to.
That's fair. Actually,
Also, all the mascots are now against you, so look out for the big brands.
I actually knew a girl named Karma in high school.
What?
Well, she's coming after you. Told her your address.
I don't think she remembers me at all. I'd be extremely surprised.
I sent
We
her
didn't
your
really
photo, and she's like, "Oh, that guy." He remembers you.
I don't think we ever really associated much.
Yeah, she didn't remember you until I told her how much I'm paying her to get you.
Remember that really cringy kid? You just,
Yeah,
like,
remember
jogged-
that guy that would interrupt you all the time to say nothing of like sustenance? That guy.
The fighting words are out.
She knew.
Hamster, was the mini already attached to the base, or did you make it?
This base I make all my bases. This is just a cork board and sand and ballast.
Oh,
I do love
Barbaric.
this bear.
Barbaric is asking about the dating simulator, the KFC dating simulator. I haven't played it, but I'm aware of it.
I have. It's weird. I'm also thinking about hosting a watch party for the Lifetime movie with Colonel Sanders. I think it's gonna be a good one. They have a lot of really good movies actually. Like Untouchable with Rob Lowe, that is a classic.
Untouchable with Rob Lowe. What's the oh man, who's playing Santa in the it was a big deal. A guy and his wife. Who is it?
Wait,
A celebrity couple is playing Mr. and Mrs. Claus on a Christmas movie that Netflix is doing, and I can't remember. Everybody's obsessed with it.
is that the one with Walton Goggins? That's like he's like a badass Santa and he's trying to get.
No, it definitely looks like it's going for more of the Hallmark
Oh,
angle.
never mind.
Yeah, it's definitely not a badass Santa.
I think there's this movie where like there's a hit out on Santa. Oh yeah, there's a little kid who's like on the naughty list that's not gonna get what he wants, and he's a rich kid and he hires a hitman to go after Santa, and he's like a badass. Who is the guy?
That
Yeah.
sounds incredible.
Who's
I'd
the
watch
freaking
it.
guy that he was? I just saw him in freaking Eurovision as Will Ferrell's dad. Who's that guy?
I didn't watch Eurovision.
Yeah. I
What other
didn't either.
movies?
I watched the actual Eurovision. Thanks.
And he's
get
playing
Krampus.
Santa.
What are the other movies he's in?
I'm trying to think. I'm looking it up. There's way better movies that he's been in, probably, besides
Then
than
probably.
Eurovision.
Actually, I mean, I haven't seen it, so I can't
You're
really say.
you're gonna, God, you're gonna hate me for citing that movie of all things. Pierce Brosnan.
Oh my God! He's also in Mamma Mia. He's freaking James Bond.
There you
He's in a
go.
lot of-
Finally, we got through how many movies before we got to
James Bond.
with Pierce Brosnan?
Oh, Mamma Mia is a magnum opus. Not his, but it is somebody's magnum opus.
Man, that dude singing in Mamma Mia is the funniest thing.
Oh, it's very bad.
Remington Steele? Who's Remington Steele? That's a great name, actually.
Oh yeah, Krampus is actually. I've been meaning to watch that.
This boat's
I
coming
love
together
the
very
idea of
quickly.
Krampus. What?
Just the idea of Krampus.
Yeah, like I got a Krampus ornament for the tree last year, and I haven't watched the movie yet, but it's been on my list for I don't know how long, like for forever.
Do you think Krampus can swim?
Not with that basket of children on his back.
Oh.
It weighs him down. And it becomes pliable in water too, so then the children could escape. So he can't go swimming with children, but he can probably swim without them. But he has a ton of fur though, so like he probably doesn't want to swim.
Yeah, a lot of fur thing. I don't know. Dogs have fur and they love swimming.
Some of them. They don't
Except
like
for-
baths
except-
though. Like it
Except
all
for big
depends.
baby dogs. Well, because of the bath, they're like
Big
trapped
baby
there.
dogs.
Big baby dogs. The bigger the dog, the bigger the baby.
Honestly, true. Moose can swim. Why not Krampus? Exactly.
I'm just thinking that like he's a German type creature.
Are
So
Germans
I'm
not
trying to
able to
think of-
swim?
No, not that. I'm just trying to think of the other like furry creatures in that area and like how they deal with water based on like because they would have evolved from a similar genus.
I think Krampus
I'm
is
trying to, like-
genuinely the only German folklore I know.
Oh, there's a lot. There's a lot of good stuff. I actually found out recently that in I believe it's Spain, one of the Christmas symbols they have is a defecating man. And it's like I'm all about it.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, but do you know about frozen dead guy days?
No.
Okay.
What is it? Do you want to explain?
No.
Okay.
So frozen dead guy days is a it's a annual festival that lasts a couple days, held in Colorado. Yeah, Nederland, Colorado. Merc knows about it apparently. So the story is were they from Finland? They were from overseas, but essentially they had been keeping like their grandfather's body on dry ice in this shed in their backyard. And after they got evicted, people found the body in there, and they were just like, what is going on? And they decided to make like an entire festival out of it.
What the heck?
And I think they actually still are keeping the body there, because the whole thing is they're like, oh, we're keeping him frozen until we can find a cure to like bring him back to life or something.
What?
It's
well,
wild.
It's not chirogenic though.
It's a wild story. Like I'm sure I'm missing a lot of the details, but it's a wild story. And I, no joke, one of the things I really want to do before I die is go to that festival at least once.
I really want to march in the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade before I die.
You want to just go to the parade and like tell everybody that like they're working for you?
I that was my initial move, but I found out you have to be sponsored to carry a balloon. So now I've been reaching out to Macy's corporate employees and trying to get them to sponsor me. I have not gotten a response.
That's pretty funny.
It sucks.
Right, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. What do you want to do before you die, Hamster?
Oh.
You better answer quick.
Yeah, seriously,
Yep.
I've been sick all week. Sorry for my coughing if that's annoying. I'm trying to turn away from the mic.
I didn't
Speaking
even
of that-
notice. Oh, I noticed that.
You're just like chocolate rain guy.
I breathe away from the mouth to cough furiously.
What do I want to do before I die?
What are you-
Days on Day
Yeah,
is
what are you gonna
authentically
do?
very cool.
I've always wanted to go out on like a commercial fishing boat, just like fish for crab for a season. And
Huh.
You should go up to Maine.
Like get paid for it and everything.
yeah, before I got this job, I my jobs were so crappy that my plan was to not be in New York for the summers and just find somewhere in Alaska or Maine or something and be on a commercial fishing boat and make my income for the year and then come back. If I didn't get this
That's
job, I probably
awesome.
would have done it.
Man, that sounds so much cooler than what you're doing now.
I love what I'm doing now. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, but like, oh man, it could be like the beginning of Man of Steel, dude. You could come back and you just have like a 2-foot beard. You'd be just absolutely jacked.
Yeah.
You know, from all the heavy lifting you do when you fish.
Right. Or I'd be dead. I like fell overboard and drowned in the ocean.
I mean, you can swim, right?
Yeah.
You're not unlike Krampus.
Right. No, especially at that time, it was appealing too, because like you could have a little break and a change of pace, and then come back rejuvenated. You know.
I don't know if that's a super big break, though. It seems like a lot of really hard work.
Well, no, absolutely,
especially in
but
Alaska.
it would be a change of pace.
Oh, you
anyway.
mean when you come back?
It'd be a change of pace.
Oh, yeah.
It wouldn't, you know.
I hear you. I think that's always really appealing. Is just being able to like kind of run away for a little bit and change your life for a sec.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially in current circumstances. I'm definitely realizing how much the monotony of things is making me lose time.
Yeah.
Just like completely losing track of how quickly things are going by.
Yeah, I know. This year's been like a world. Like I've aged probably 5 years in this 1 year.
And the thing is, like, it's rough to think about, but like, man, like we basically lost a year. There's so much stuff we wanted to do. I was gonna shoot a movie this summer, like there was all this shit that like, I don't know. There's all this stuff I was gonna do, and I don't know.
Yeah, odd times.
Well,
That's the thing.
Always next.
It's probably safer on a fishing boat than in New York, honestly.
Yeah, can't quarantine much more than that. In the middle of the sea.
Yeah. God, unless the fish get it, then you're done. Imagine if it's spread by fish.
Verdict says, "Isn't there a 1 in 20 chance of dying while doing that?" I would not doubt it. There's so much dangerous crap that happens out there.
Well, if it's anything like the only experience I've had with a large boat, which is playing Return of the Obra Dinn, you're likely to get attacked by a kraken, a bunch of weird mer people.
Sure.
The captain and his first mates are going to turn on each other at a certain point because they want to take the shells. It's a whole thing.
Right.
Read these words, Hamster. You're gonna need to know all this when you go to Alaska.
You're doing it now. Like, you realize you have to do this.
I will actually be very sad if I find out that you never have done this. Because I don't want to spoil it for you guys, the end of the movie, but I do live forever.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to see both of you guys die, potentially.
Oh my god.
And if I find out that you didn't accomplish your goals, I'm going to be very upset.
Yeah, and honestly, Hamster, the thing that I want to do before I die is see you get on a fishing boat. So you're really letting you're letting a lot of people down if you don't get on a fishing boat.
Yeah.
I had a plan because I don't have a lot of experience. I mean, I've been on like big boats and on small boats my whole life, but my plan was to get really good at cooking meals on like a camping stove, and that would be my resume. Cuz you gotta have good food out there. Then
It can't be that hard. I've done like a few meals camping. Obviously, you probably don't have as much that you can do.
Oh, I didn't practice this, so don't get the wrong idea. I was not like incredible.
I would imagine though that a lot of the dudes who would take that job would probably also be like, I don't want to learn how to cook.
No, yeah, exactly. Like they're
even on a cooking stove, yeah.
They're like the lifetime fishermen, right? And I'd be like, hey, I will do the work, but you'll have to teach me. But I can cook a variety of meals from nothing.
You wouldn't believe what I can do with a pack of top ramen.
Exactly.
Do you guys hack your ramen? Like
no.
have better ways of preparing it? You don't?
First off, I haven't eaten top ramen in probably like 5 years at least.
Oh man, I eat it all the time. I love that stuff.
Yeah, I haven't had it in a very long time. I'm trying to even think about like when I last had it, and I can't recall. I think it genuinely has.
Well, if you ever have it again and want to spice it up, I highly recommend cracking an egg in it and using adobo sauce or adobo seasoning.
I have a friend who's a
You
pediatric.
can take that on your camping trip too. That's free.
Nice. I just heard the saddest thing. The Boundary Waters Canoe Area Wilderness between northern part of the country and Canada, which is actually like they've left it untamed wilderness. First of all, Trump wanted to drill out there. Won't get into that. That would suck to just destroy wilderness. But also, people being quarantined, they want something to do that they're like allowed to do. So a lot of people went camping, but they're not typically camping and outdoors people, so they don't really know like the etiquette and stuff, and they just left like garbage everywhere.
That sucks.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah. Because my sister and I, she lives in Colorado. Speaking of Colorado, she's a big outdoors gal. And we were talking about, before all this happened, hey, next year, she's like, I knew it wouldn't be likely, but I still looked into it, and I was like, wait a minute, it's going to be, like, not fun to go out there for, like, a year, probably, when they have to clean up all the crap.
You could always also join, like, a volunteer thing, because I'm sure they have volunteer crews for cleaning it up, so maybe you would be able to camp for free.
That's a good idea, actually.
Thank you.
It's a really good idea.
I'm full of them.
You are full of it. Oh. Apparently there are coffin racing teams that compete for the Coffin Cup. Oh, right. Yeah, so a description of the fun activities that you can do at the Frozen Dead Man days, or Frozen Dead Guy days. They've got a hearse parade, coffin races, frozen turkey bowling, and a lot of beer.
Frozen turkey bowling sounds great.
Yes.
Also, a lot of beer is always an excellent addition there.
Yeah. That's the most creative thing they came up with, I think. All right. All right. My favorite part of translucent minis is then getting to the parts where it's like, okay, so the base is not supposed to be translucent. So I got to paint solid over that while not getting the solid paint on any of the stuff that I want to be translucent.
Yeah, that's the trick. Hey, Topulus, how you doing?
Hey, Stopulus, you want frozen turkey curling? Curling is like genuinely a fascinating sport to me. I unironically like watching it. Well, so my experience with it was waking up at like 5 in the morning before school one day in like middle school when the Olympics were on. For some reason, my dad was also awake super early in the morning. I guess neither of us could sleep. And he just turned on the TV, and we had never seen this before, but there were just some people just sweeping the ice with brooms. And another guy, like, just, like, slowly pushing a rock down it. And it was the weirdest thing we'd ever seen. Like, so we tried to, like, reverse engineer what the rules were as we watched it. And try to figure out exactly what was going on.
Back when I was a Zamboni driver, that was always the most annoying sport to watch because there's, like, almost nothing going on.
Wait, you were a Zamboni driver?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
Are you
I don't
serious?
know how that's not... How is that not how you introduce yourself to people?
Yeah, that is the most amazing thing I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah, I used to be a Zamboner. Like, I was the manager at an ice skating rink, so all I would do is, like, go on the ice in a penguin costume and high-five kids in my break time. And then when I had to drive the Zamboni, I would Zambone.
Man.
I didn't know you guys didn't know that. I thought I talked about it all the time.
That's
I've known you for like 2 years. I haven't heard that.
Yeah. Man.
I'm a mysterious woman.
So did you like phone your job in, or did you get like really into it? Like, did you go Zam Planet?
No comment.
I'm so upset by that.
I don't blame you.
Yeah, I went Zam Planet. How do you? Yep.
All right.
Did
Yes,
you just
is
short
the
circuit?
Hey, it's Orcs in Space.
I did.
Yeah, Mace is not processing this well.
I had like, I'm having a bad food day, and like food is all my brain energy, so I'm like, I'm on another planet.
Yeah, Zam Planet. We've established that.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm on
if
Zam
it's-
Planet.
If it's about food, it might actually be Ham Planet.
I never Zambonied in the costume, no, Vertex artist, because there's significant blind spots in a penguin costume. I might have a photo of it somewhere.
If you can post photos of you either on a Zamboni or in a penguin outfit, or both, I will lose my mind.
I'll do the Zamboni one for sure, because I know how to find that one. The penguin might be a little bit harder.
I need to compare your penguin costume to the penguins I've painted to make sure that I did a good job. So, if you can have that on my desk
I don't
by
think
tomorrow,
you want to do that.
if you can have that on my desk by tomorrow, I'd appreciate it.
I'm trying to find it now, sir.
Excellent. I appreciate the hustle.
I'll get it by tomorrow. Besides
like-
the penguin part, I don't know if I can guarantee that.
Looks
Okay,
like someone's getting a bonus.
so
Penguin bonus. Is Ham Planet populated
Oh,
by
you guys
pigs or
confuse me.
hamsters?
Yes.
hamsters.
Anything that would make a good joke. Yes. That's my general approach to comedy. I tend to
Yes,
not think-
and.
Yeah, I tend to not think things through much more than just, is this a funny joke? I'm not incredibly concerned with the lore of Ham Planet. They've rebooted it like 15 times in the last 3 years anyways, so like... And, you know, the characters really belong to the fans when you think about it.
Right. A Zam bonus, nice.
Zambonus.
Alright, where am I posting this Zamboni photo?
I think Vertex is also the one who said nipple bag last time and made you, like, lose your mind.
I love Nipple Bag. It's my new band. I'll post it in our Discord.
Okay.
There we go. I cannot find the penguin, but I'm sure with more research I could probably find it.
Research.
For like one of my finals. Oh, I might know how I can find it. I peaked when I was a Zamboni driver.
At what?
Bowling.
This song's called Wes Anderson. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's you on a Zamboni machine. Wow. Huh. I don't know why. It's not like I expected.
The thumbs up.
It's not like I expected you to be lying about it.
It'd be a fun thing to lie about, but like...
That is still very much... Like, that is 100% Mace sitting there. Like, that can't even be a lookalike because she's got the exact same personality shining through that photo.
It's also on my, my old Instagram. So, I have more that I could pull out.
That's awesome.
And I can't remember any of my logins for anything.
Yo, I got back into my Neopets account a couple months ago.
How is it?
You know, my animals are still alive. As a kid, I always thought they genuinely would die if I didn't feed them, but no, they're fine. So I'm tucking away that life lesson now. Can't wait to have kids. Yeah,
Jeez.
the forums have not changed at all. The message boards, I guess is what they called it, on Neopets. People are still posting like the exact same way when it comes to like the roleplay and all that. Because that's where I spent a significant amount of my time on Neopets when I was a kid. And then, yeah, like the properties that they're talking about have changed, but man, the way they go about it, like all of that is the exact same. It's really wild.
I never really got that into it when I was a kid because I was only allowed 30 minutes of computer time, so I spent it all on RuneScape.
Yeah, I played RuneScape.
I did a lot of RuneScape. I remember when I actually got a subscription for RuneScape so I could like do stuff beyond the beginning area.
For my 18th birthday, I asked my boyfriend at the time for a subscription to RuneScape, and it was the best gift I ever got.
Wow. He got you a RuneScape subscription, and you let him go?
Yep.
Where is he, Mace?
He's in Iowa.
What are you doing here? Go to him.
No. I'm good. I like the distance.
You'll never find somebody to buy you a RuneScape subscription again. I hope you realize that.
That's once in a lifetime, Mace.
Yeah, it's once in a lifetime.
I can buy my own subscription now. I'm an adult woman.
Oh, you're gonna marry yourself?
Yeah, I would love to, actually. I'm a catch. If I married myself, I would be getting the better end of the deal.
Did the boyfriend or the subscription last longer? Man, what if you just like broke up with him like right after you got the subscription? He's like, all right, I paid for 6 months. He's like, all right, I paid for 6 months. Like, all right,
thanks, bye.
I know he only got me 1 month because he didn't know I was serious, so he did it as a gag gift. But it was
never mind. Then you actually made the right call. See, you didn't say it was ironic. In that case, yeah, like, screw that guy.
No, I wanted it. I did want it. He did not understand that it wasn't ironic.
That's what I mean.
Also,
like he got it.
Oh, okay.
Like he got it for you ironically. So yeah, screw that guy.
No, he's fine. I just
What's his name? Where is he?
We'll beat him up. We'll beat him up.
His name was Cody, and that's all I'm gonna say.
Of course, it was a Cody.
Oh God, yeah, Codys are always do this. Like universally.
It's always a Cody who gets you RuneScape for 1 month for your birthday.
I'm gonna follow him around. I'm gonna PvP him when he least expects it. The second he steps into the PvP area, he's done.
You know what the best song off of RuneScape is, though? Is that Barbarian Fortress song. I still think about it all the time. I have a RuneScape playlist on YouTube and on Spotify. I don't know if it actually is on Spotify, but I definitely have it on YouTube. And it's a bop. Oh, I sent the photo in the private group, but I can also post it.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if you wanted it to be public or not. I'm not sure if you don't want people to know what you look like. I guess is the main thing.
Yeah, that's the issue.
Yeah, that's my main concern.
Thank you for respecting that.
No problem. I got your back.
I have the same glasses.
Yeah, it genuinely like it looks exactly like you. Like
I had my signature spam keychain.
It looks like you. It looks like you ran there and like. It looks like you ran there a couple days ago and told them like, hey, can I take a photo on the Zamboni? I want to prank my friends into thinking I actually like drive these. Like it looks like you did that recently.
I don't even know where I would post this. I'm gonna put it in introduce yourself, so it's a little.
The real Mace.
The real me. Yeah, I've had a lot of interesting jobs, actually, and that's the only way that I'm going to be able to continue living is if all my jobs stay interesting.
You're afraid of getting bored or being in the same place for too long?
Not even that. I just don't want to seem like a boring person, and I need my title to reflect that. I'm
So
very
that's why,
shallow.
so that's why you go by Studio Rogue.
That is why I go by Studio Rogue. Cody was never on the Zamboni. We were not dating at that time.
Lame.
Yeah, Tony was the Zamboni guy.
Nope. All right. I'm not doxing myself anymore. I think I've done plenty of damage.
Yeah, you've done enough for everybody else to pick it up where you left off.
I'm very sorry. I can't find the penguin one, and I might have it somewhere, but the flash drive it was on, I gave away. But I don't know. I might be able to find it. I know I had it on YouTube at one point because it was a final in college.
It was a final.
Like I was in a video editing class, so for the video editing, we had to do a how-to video, and I did how-to Zamboni.
That's
awesome.
That's such a Mace thing. All right.
Yep. Anyway, how's the painting going, guys? I love these teeth.
Rawr!
What's his name?
Jerry.
Jerry the Berry.
Nice.
Oh god, my cough drop is impeding my brush licking.
Ah! It adds color and flavor and texture.
Brush licking.
That's a good insult, actually.
You brush licker.
And proud.
I think the only time I've seen a Zamboni in person was we did go to some hockey matches when I was younger. So I saw Zambonis there. Man, lacrosse is so
Hockey's the
much
only
cooler than it gets credit for.
It is a cool sport. It's just the type of people that typically play it.
Yeah, exactly. I do
Same with
love
hockey.
like ice sports. Yes, they're all kind of full of themselves, but I do love all ice sports. I think it's fascinating, and it's like really like they get shin splints so easy. Like not
Mhm.
them because obviously they've now practiced in it, but like the amount of work it actually takes, like it's very impressive.
Well, it's brutal too. Like in lacrosse, like you get just wailed on nonstop. Like they're way harder on
Yeah.
you than in hockey.
Well, I don't know. Hockey, you get your teeth knocked out sometimes, so.
They're like cracked down on the fighting and stuff, so you can't like get in fights and like generally speaking, you can't just wail on somebody with your stick. But man, when I was watching the lacrosse game, like it was brutal the whole way through. I was like generally shocked at how much aggression there was in lacrosse.
Huh.
Something about ice brings that out on people.
Lacrosse isn't on ice.
What is lacrosse? Is that the stick one?
It's the stick one where people. It's basically hockey, but people are just running around.
Oh, that sounds lame.
It's really intense.
Well, then it sounds less lame, but it's still not on ice. Like, I need Disney on ice for all of my sports.
Cracking down on the fighting doesn't stop a 100+ mile per hour puck from hitting you in the face.
True.
That's fine, but you got like helmets and face guards. And that's like an accident, but that can happen in like any sport. But like, I mean, like people are actively just beating you with metal rods the entire time in lacrosse. It's brutal. I didn't think lacrosse would be a brutal sport until I like went to a lacrosse game. It was eye opening.
You know what's nasty is water polo. They get like, they're like halfway to drowning, and then they have to carry a ball and also basically fight off people as well.
Sports are just a lot of work.
I never sported, so I turned out a chubby and happy human being with less health complications.
See, I'm mostly in the same boat, but I'm rapidly on my way to getting health complications. I'm still managing to do that part.
Yeah. I guess me not going to the doctor, like me not knowing about health complications is different than not having them because I do have issues. I just don't want to address them.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say it means that I don't have any because I'm in denial.
Yeah. I've got like a perfect bill of health because I've never let anybody write anything on my bill of health. Let's see. Yeah, the level of anxiety that I do feel over like going to the doctor is kind of unreal. Just being afraid of like having to pay for it mostly.
I just don't want to hear what's wrong with me.
Oh, I mean, I get enough of that from Twitter, so like that ship has sailed.
It's the money. Twitter is free.
Twitter is free. Which is wild considering some of the stuff that you can see on there.
I love Twitter. It's my favorite platform.
Yeah, it's become my favorite social media, which is interesting. Like, the first couple times I tried to use it, I could not get into it. I remember the days of thinking that Facebook was good social media.
Eek.
You should write on their wall
You
and be
okay,
like, hey.
Hamster?
Remember those days? Remember the poking days?
The what
Oh,
days?
gross. I hate
Poking.
those.
Poking.
It's always old people.
Yeah.
I hated the poking game.
And then, like, your grandma, like, actually takes it as, like, an insult if you don't poke back, and it's like, look, man.
I still
I've
get
got-
the... I still get the thing where, if you post something and your grandparents see it, they're like, why'd you send me this?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, just, like, not understanding, like, how it works.
Yeah.
Man. Yep. Grandparents and Facebook is a whole... Like, I could write a 2-hour monologue on my grandma on Facebook, but I
Alright, let's
will
hear it.
refrain from it. No.
Yeah, no,
Well,
I hear you. Some things
she's
just aren't
passed
meant
now,
for the
but
stream.
she did.
Yeah.
Huh?
Some things just aren't meant for the stream. I get it.
Yeah.
But I think I'm also in the same boat regarding that.
Yeah. They just don't get it. City folk, they just don't
Just
get it.
don't understand.
Grandparents
Farmville
just
is
don't
not
understand.
a good game.
Farmville's okay.
It's
For a
fi-
free
it's-
game, it's not bad.
Sure, but that, like, for a free game is doing a lot of heavy lifting there.
That's true.
It's better than some games I've paid for, so...
That's fair. But something being bad doesn't excuse something else also being bad.
It's true, but I'm just saying, it's free.
Farmville
Truck
is the hill that I-
Simulator is the
Far-
best
Farmville,
free game.
Farmville is the hill that I will die on. Truck Simulator is pretty good.
I love Truck Simulator.
I want to play more of it. I ended up just basically playing Truck Simulator inside Death Stranding for a long time. I named one of the episodes...
Wait, what TV show were you watching inside the video game the other day, Hamster?
Oh, there's just a TV showing the news in Cyberpunk.
Oh, I thought you were doing the thing. Yeah, Miles will like genuinely watch YouTube videos while he's in VR. He'll be playing Elite Dangerous, and he will have a screen off to the side with a YouTube video on it, and so he'll just like look over like on his dashboard where he's got like a little YouTube screen set up as he's like flying his ship in Elite Dangerous.
Ooh!
VR is wild, man.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's made a lot of progress the last couple of years. Lacrosse is tough. I don't want to put it down, but hockey is brutal. Only one worse is football. Nothing is worse than football. Yeah, the blows that you take in football, just like the times where they're like, yeah, just go ahead and like end up at the bottom of a pile of like several 400-pound men and all their equipment. Like, that's just like asking for accidents to happen.
Well,
It's
boxing is also really bad.
boxing's not great either. Yeah.
Boxing's like brain damage.
Yeah, I don't know. There's some things people do where I'm like, man, I get that you're getting a thrill out of this, but I'd be terrified to ever even think about actually pursuing this. Like, man, I could not. I could never do like an actual fight. I do not have that in me.
I'll fight you.
I mean, I'm talking about like a fair fight, not like, you know, a death wish.
Okay. I will not fight you. But I will send a henchman to fight you that is of your caliber.
Oh man, we're having a football fight in the chat. Which football is the actual football? I want to see a fair fight. Let's go, guys. Uh-oh.
Work90 says that the only good sport is baseball. Thoughts?
I like playing baseball, but I don't really like watching it all that much.
Watching it live though is fun. You just get a beer and a hot dog and with friends. So
Yeah.
I guess I mentioned everything but the baseball part, but
going to an actual that's the thing is with a lot of this stuff, like it really comes down to you know, outside factors. Like when a bunch of my friends were visiting last summer, the city, one of them, Rory, who's from Canada, is super big on baseball, and so the Blue Jays were playing the Yankees. So we went to that
cool.
game while they were here because it was like, yeah, let's have the experience. And that was a good time, but it was because, you know, it was because we were all together and we were like making it fun.
yeah.
I don't know that the fun came from baseball inherently. So I don't know. That's the thing is like, are you talking about just the sport by itself? If you're just sitting there just purely watching the sport, or are you talking about the events and everything surrounding it?
Some people genuinely enjoy baseball.
The problem with most sports is I would rather play them than watch them, I think is the problem.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the same reason
true.
why I don't really watch a lot of like actual play like D&D stuff. It just makes me want to actually just be playing instead of watching somebody else. The true best sport is boxing chess. What you're playing is spicy rugby. Hand egg versus football. In real football, you get a red card for handling the ball. Key upper to the word foot. Okay. But, like, there's no boxes involved in boxing. So, checkmate. I think my favorite sport to play is actually tennis. I really like tennis.
That really like finalizes the picture of you as a person, knowing that you love Wes Anderson. I feel like you also love David Foster Wallace.
I don't know. Never met him.
Well, he's dead, but
Yeah, I can still meet him.
okay.
I actually don't have any opinions on David Foster Wallace.
I feel like if
Outside
you read his book, you would be one of those people that, like, you feel like your life changed after.
Which one was his?
He wrote Infinite Jest.
He's the
Pale
Infinite Jest
King.
guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. The only my
He's also really good at tennis.
my only real thing I can say about David Foster Wallace is I think it's funny that you can dress Link up like him in Breath of the Wild. And
I've
that's
not
all I really
played
have to
that.
say about David Foster Wallace. I don't have much of I have like no experience with him. What does the word
Well, I
soccer
feel like
derive
you would
from?
love
That's a great point. What does soccer derive from?
it. It used
It's
to be
someone-
made out of socks, the ball.
It's exactly. And yet there they are wearing shoes. So they're not really doing soccer, are they?
SMH.
SMH. Super mega holla. I miss the old D-backs
Holla.
unis. Dude, I used to be very into the Diamondbacks when I was a kid. If only because of Randy Johnson. I was a very big Randy Johnson fan because Backyard Baseball
Yes.
told me that he was extremely good. And he was. Also, that video of him like killing a bird is one of the wildest things I've ever seen. Still, I still just think about the fact that that actually happened, and the fact that we've got that on slow motion video of Randy Johnson's like 105-mile-an-hour fastball making a bird explode in front of home plate. Like it's wild that that was caught on that was caught on tape. His logo for his site is the bird. Wait, Randy Johnson does photography and the logo for his site is the bird? Yeah, I am starting to think that it might have been on purpose now. Oh, that's wild, actually. I don't want to believe it because it seems like it would just be a thing that you wouldn't do. Like, why would you decide you want your legacy to be that bird you killed? The main thing is, I think the biggest takeaway that we need to keep in mind tonight is that language is stupid. English is especially stupid. Got a lot of very random rules that don't seem to make a lot of sense, and are not extremely consistent. And every now and then we'll just decide that the rules don't apply in certain instances, and we never really fully explain why the rules change for a second. So I just try not to worry about it at the end of the day. I'm not educated for a reason.
Is it not etymology?
What's that?
Is the reason why... Isn't it different in some of those instances because of etymology, like where the word is actually from? So it's spelled that way because of...
Yeah, because we have words that we've folded into our language.
I agree, though. English is the dumbest language, and nothing makes sense.
I think it is, though, language changes based on popular culture. Yeah, because we've like folded in a lot of words that have like different roots and stuff, though, right?
Did you know that okay is actually, it used to be slang for all correct?
That makes me viscerally angry, actually.
Yeah, it's not even like
I'm actually upset about that.
Well, they had a lot of acronyms kind of like that back in the 20s, and the one that stuck around was okay. And it was like joking because it was supposed to be all correct, like OLL, and then correct with a K, I guess. But yeah,
back down at the all correct corral. God, man, I hate when I
1800s.
like. Yeah. Okay, it's from the 1800s.
Whoops, got my years wrong. Didn't really care about the centuries for a second.
Who does? Am I right?
You're right.
Can't believe Mace is out here misleading us.
It's honestly weird.
I'm the worst. If it makes you feel any better, my dinner order was messed up, so I'm pretty bummed out already.
Yeah, Mace is having like a really awful day, so don't worry. She got what she deserves.
Oh.
Yeah, they like messed up her food and it's like thrown off everything. So
it really
you guys are avenged.
I was in 5 meetings today, and all I had to look forward to, because I didn't eat all day because of all these meetings, so all I had to look forward to was dinner before the stream, and they messed it up. So I'm like mad bummed.
We have consistently awful luck with the people delivering food in that area, and I don't understand how it happens so consistently badly.
I know I'm here.
What's that?
They know I'm here. They're doing it because I'm here. They hate me. All food companies hate me. And it's all because you told them to, like, make their mascots jump off a cliff.
Hey. Now that's a callback.
Hey. Hamster, what are you sick with? Why are you dying?
I don't know. All I know is it's not COVID because I had to wait outside 4 hours to find out.
My mom wants to know if I saw her softball comment. I didn't, Mom. I'm looking. She texted me. She's going straight to the source.
Pants in the UK is different to pants in the US. Yeah, I know about that one. We also have different words for like diapers. Actually, when it comes to stuff that you put on your legs, American and British English seems to differ pretty wildly.
Also, stuff that you put in your mouth.
When you get into trousers, pants, panties, nappies. What?
Aubergines, rockets, cookies, biscuits, chips.
Cookies and biscuits is messed up. I don't know why they would give something as soft and delicious as cookies a word as hard and unforgiving as biscuit. Like, cookie is just a better fit for what a cookie is.
But you bake it. You don't even cook it.
Okay.
It should be called a bake.
French fries were made in America.
Sorry.
So what? So what?
Were they?
Yes. They weren't French.
I
And then they
didn't say
ironically
were
got marked.
French, but
They were called French fries, I think, to make them seem more like exotic or something. And then, ironically, they started getting called freedom fries in other places to tie them more to America, to make them seem exotic. Or was the freedom fries a propaganda thing here? I genuinely can't remember. Folks, I'm not educated.
It was a propaganda thing here. It was here in like 2000 something, 2005 for some reason.
I thought they were called freedom fries in like somewhere overseas.
They were called freedom fries here.
I swear there was another. Freedom fries was definitely an annoying. It was post 9/11. Oh yeah, it happened after that.
Yeah.
Just like the funniest thing of like, we're gonna call a food something different to make a difference is just very funny to me. I need to.
Oh gosh, do you guys know what Mac tonight is?
I think there was some issue with France. We were mad at the French, so we changed it from French fries to. That's fantastic. What a bizarre. They never should have been called French fries in the first place. I guess it's I don't know. Whatever. The whole thing is wild. The point is, language is stupid. Half of the stuff we say has no actual, like, reason for being the way that it is. We've just decided that's how it is.
Ah.
Let's see. It's gonna be done with the main boat soon.
How do you feel about the mascot Mac tonight?
No particular feelings tonight, but ask me again tomorrow.
I quit. Wonder if I can go back to Zamboning.
Oh man, I want some action movie where like uses a Zamboni as a weapon, just so you can have like Zamboni.
Deadpool.
Deadpool Zamboni's people. I don't care about DC.
Yeah. Oh, but I actually really like Deadpool.
I'm an adult. I don't pay attention to these childish things.
As we're painting toys.
These are action figures, thank you.
Sacrilege.
At some point, somebody watching these streams is not going to realize that I don't mean half the things I say. And it's going to potentially cause a problem. I know Deadpool's Marvel. Is a tater tot a French fry?
No.
Has it passed the citizenship test? I need to pick up French again.
Oh my God.
What?
You're a very special human being. How are you gonna pick up French again? It's just everything's a pun.
I like French.
Alright.
I really enjoyed I enjoyed learning it when I was, and then I came out here and I actually got to use my French a little bit when I was in the restaurant industry. We would have a customer every now and then where like, yeah, like they were struggling with English, and it's like, hey, that's definitely a French accent, and I was able to like talk to them at least a little bit. But I'm far from like actually fluent. Like I couldn't go to France and be okay. But I think I would like to be. It'd be nice. I like the language.
I just watched a French film the other day, and it made me also want to learn French.
Just so that I could understand what I was watching.
Exactly. Also, it's a beautiful language.
It is.
That was the first language class I took, and I did not stick with it. I moved on to German, and then I went to sign language, and now I can speak hardly anything. Not even English.
You'd be perfectly fine anywhere outside of Paris. Well, I mean, the nice thing is most places in Europe, and I know in France specifically, they do speak a lot of English, so I'd probably be okay in most places. But like, I don't know. It'd be nice to actually be able to communicate, not as an annoying tourist. I mean, I guess I would be an annoying tourist, just then I'd be an annoying tourist who also feels confident in speaking their language, which might actually make me more of an annoying tourist. You okay, Hamster?
Still breathing.
DMN Games says shut your mouth.
To who?
I think you.
Is that
He
in
said-
French?
People would probably actually try to understand you, but instead of telling you "ferme la bouche," which means shut your mouth.
I do know Femme la Bouche. Yeah.
Femme la bouche.
He says
Femme la bouche.
context.
That's fun.
Okay, to be fair, DMN Games was not being a jerk to you. It was me taking his words.
Femme
Yeah, I
la
can-
bouche.
Le chameau.
Mon derrière est sur la table.
Ratatouille.
All right, that's now you're just being obnoxious. Ratatouille is Spanish. Oh man. French, beautiful language. Also French. Ver. The R's are definitely the hardest part. The hardest thing about French to pick up, growing up an English speaker, is how much of the language happens in the back of your throat.
Well, doesn't ver mean like your?
Are we all doing ratatouilles? Hey, I'm doing a ratatouille too.
No, I'm trying to translate it.
The second one is green.
Yes, you're green.
Oh wow, it's been a while. Yeah, they're all the same sounds, but
Ratatouille.
Honestly,
shit, are
great
you
film.
doing a Ratatouille too? Ratatouille is genuinely one of my favorite Pixar movies.
Yeah.
Coco might be my favorite now. I really like Coco.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
Ratatouille was my favorite, at least up until then, and I like Ratatouille a whole lot. I think just because the ending is like so good, like the payoff in Ratatouille is phenomenal.
That's true.
Ratatouille. Liaisons were
It's
hard for
a
me to learn.
huge Ratatouille mural by work.
Wait, there's a Ratatouille mural by work?
Yeah, have you guys seen the knockoff film of Ratatouille called Ratatouille?
No.
No.
Oh, it's bad. It's like one of the worst movies I've ever seen. I highly recommend it. It's so bad.
Were they trying to be bad, or was it like...
No, it's like a kid's film that is taking like that whole knockoff culture of it. And I swear to you, it's like a 45-minute movie, and 15 minutes of it has to be a montage of them getting like their spy gear on. And they like replay the clip every time they have to sneak into this restaurant that they steal food from. Oh, it's awesome. It's so good.
Were they just trying
There's
to like
no
pad the
resolve.
runtime?
Yeah, probably.
There
Oh,
was
and the
one-
animation on the cat is bad. You should watch it.
Back before I left
Hamster too.
Facebook, there was a time where there was a time where I got into a political argument on Facebook with this guy who decided to attack like my profession as like a film director, and it was that thing where he was like, "Oh, you're young, so you don't know what you're talking about," that whole thing. But he bragged about how he's more educated than me because he's not just a film guy, and like, oh, I've got this other degree, and that's why like I'm a more successful like filmmaker or whatever. This guy's 50 saying this to somebody who was like 22, so like it doesn't bode well for him in the first place. But I looked up who this guy was. I looked up what the movies were, and they were genuinely like those movies that are like really badly creepily animated like knockoff movies that
Like
just
the
like
Glove Glove Gap Galab.
yeah, like that style of animation, the kind where like they sourced like, the kind where they like literally where it's like genuinely like literally like sweatshop animation. Like it's it was wild. So it was funny to see that like just go like, okay, so you're trying to like tell me off, and you're gloating about how you made Dweegans and Leprechauns, which is one of the worst trailers I've ever seen. Where did I meet this person? It was like over Facebook. They were a mutual of a producer that I knew. It was a very bizarre exchange for a lot of reasons. But the main thing was just, yeah, like it was wild to like, because we all like make fun of people who we all like make fun of like those kinds of like movies and that like bad animation. So it was wild to like have a run-in with somebody who then bragged about being responsible for one of those like really just awful animated ripoff movies. This is the thing.
I'm sure he feels great about it if he has to use it to gloat.
Yeah. Well, that's the I don't know, like the guy that did Troll 2.
Oh
still
my
insists
god!
that it's a very good movie. Like
It's one of my
he's
favorites.
super full of himself for that movie, and
I think he should be.
he genuinely gets angry if people like go into conversations and interviews with him. Like he doesn't want to acknowledge that the reason why people watch his movie is because it's bad. And so there's just a lot of very funny interview moments just revolving around that, like his like need to like be delusional over this movie.
I love Troll too.
It's a classic for different reasons than he wanted, but it's a classic. I like that it took translucent figures to show me like the actual value of dry brushing.
Hell yeah.
Go.
I'm gonna say something that's kind of sad because I'm just now realizing it, but like, I don't remember the last time I've sat up for this long. Like, normally when I'm at home working, I'm laying down, so my back's starting to get incredibly sore, and all I'm doing is sitting. Like,
I feel that. The way that I've got like the all right, here's the work that I do sitting at this desk, and then here's the work I do on my laptop laying in my bed.
Yeah, I don't move from this chair.
Yeah.
Work or play. This is where I'm at.
Yeah, you can't really paint in bed. I mean, I guess you can, but it's asking for a lot of problems. That's not good. You don't have a good chair, so seating, you can F up your back, cause it to be sore. Yeah, I know that probably in another 5 years, I'm going to start paying extremely heavily for my posture.
same.
But, like, I just don't have the willpower to do anything about it. So, here I am. Rock you like a hurricane. It's bad the new option for Smash has dropped. All I'm thinking is, oh good, a new remix when I reveal the BBEG. Oh, did they already reveal the character? So the Game Awards started a half hour ago. A bunch of my friends are in the call. I bet they've already talked about like who the reveal is. I think I want to keep it a surprise for myself. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out after the stream. I actually need to go in like 20 minutes. So maybe I'll check it out then. I don't know.
About that time. Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Huh. That's actually fascinating and not what I expected. I mean, I'm okay.
Is it Hamster?
It's Hamster.
I
They're
didn't
adding
know you were gonna be in Super Smash.
They're adding
Bro.
Hamster from they're adding Hamster from Ham Ham Heartbreak. I mean, that's very exciting. I hope that means that they're actually going to add more music from that series now, because it's been woefully underserved. The song remix is so good. I mean, I'm assuming that the theme they use is the theme everybody would expect, right? Like, I mean, they would use his theme. You want the goose from Untitled Goose?
Yeah.
One of my friends, actually one of my best friends, is a Smash speculator on YouTube. I used to make Smash speculation videos as well, and he made a video talking about like what a moveset for the goose from Untitled Goose Game would be like if it got in. It's always just like supposed to be like fun stuff. It's not like, you know, like this is what I think's gonna happen. It's just like what would it be like if these characters did get in? Has Hamster seen Orgasmo? I've seen Orgasmo.
I haven't seen that. What the heck?
It's a movie. It's the South Park guys that did it, right?
Oh, really?
Yeah. It's it's what you would expect from a movie from the South Park guys. I think it's a Mormon guy who goes into the porn industry. Is like the general gist of it.
Jeez.
Yeah, we're talking about Orgasmo. I must have been right because it made Tyler like pop over like, "Are you talking about Orgasmo?" So, yeah. It's a weird movie. The goose would be amazing, even have the ability to steal items easily. I'm trying to remember exactly. I think that's what most of it was yeah, trying to make a moveset out of this goose was one of the more challenging ones that he did. there was a lot of ideas by me, so we talked about it for a while. But yeah, it's it'd be a very funny thing. Oh, I know why they did it. It's because the remake came out this year. That explains it. Sorry, I'm thinking about the reveal now. Anyways, yeah. I know a lot of people were expecting it would be Crash tonight. Because Jeff Keighley replied to the like Instagram post about it with "whoa," which the Crash "whoa" meme was like a big thing for a while, and so a lot of people thought that he was referencing that, and that makes it like a reference to Crash. But apparently, that was not the case. It would be wild if Crash was in though. It's interesting because like he's seen as like a Sony character, but he's not really a Sony character. He was never like owned by Sony, but his games were exclusive there for a long time.
Yeah. And he was in the Pizza Hut stuffed crust pizza commercial.
Yeah, which is honestly that was his finest work.
Yeah, that's where he'd knock on the window and he'd say, "Turn the pizza around."
Yeah, the important thing is that if they put Crash in, they need to reference that.
Yep.
His Final Smash needs to be putting people inside a pizza oven. I think that's only fair. Peach pulls up a bob bomb. Goose instantly steals. Also, the goose explodes. The world I built for campaigns has Final Fantasy homebrew in it, and Seppi is one of the possible endgame villains. That's pretty funny. We actually homebrewed some systems based off of the Materia system for our home game. We basically, a lot of our game has kind of been like breaking down kind of what magic is into sort of logical, kind of making like a logic out of it, and then it just kind of expanded to a lot of different things. And so there's kind of a materia system in our game, and like then it tied directly into one of our players is an artificer, and so then it tied directly into his stuff, and we homebrewed a lot of artificer stuff, and it's a lot of cool stuff. D&D is a lot better if you homebrew it to fit the stuff you're trying to do specifically with your group, I feel. Unless all that they really want out of it is just kind of a going around killing monsters game. But even there, I think it's a very easy system to adapt to fit the taste of the party more. At least fifth edition. Fifth edition is very easy to homebrew. What time is it? 7:45. I'm almost done with these bases, and then I might have actually gotten all 4 of these things done in time.
Whoa, nice.
Ooh.
I picked them all because they were simple, so that was the main thing.
Yeah, I'm picking away at a few. Kind of wanted to get them all in the tank, otherwise I just forget about them.
I feel that. For me, it's just, well, it's like I said, it's like these are things that I think we might end up needing to use fairly soon.
Yeah.
I just got them in from a Reaper order, and so I just want to make sure, just in case we do need it, it's ready to go on the table.
Nice. Good call. I do not need to use any of my minis soon, so that's why I can take my sweet time with them.
I mean, there are definitely minis that I take more time with. The wheelchair minis, I have spent hours and hours on each so far. The second wave of those actually just came out. I ordered all 4 of them.
Nice.
DMN Games asks, Hamster, are you trying a new technique? It looks like more rougher undersketch compared to previous miniature paint jobs.
Yeah, I'm pretty much, that's pretty much what I'm doing, is just undersketching, highlighting in a similar color over everything. and then throwing a wash over it. I'm gonna cover most of this up, and do some highlighting, and probably punch up the midtones with actual colors of each surface. But I kind of like. There's been times when I've done like a layer like this first, and then if you leave a bit of it underneath, there's just a bunch of different colors showing through, and it just adds a little more interest, especially in this earthy kind of warband. So this is basically, I'm gonna paint this like it's a base coat pretty much, and leave some of it behind, but just to give it an overall feel and get it close to it kind of helps me to I'm not doing a zenithal prime or anything, so I'm getting used to like the miniature and how I want to break it up and stuff. So I'll basically do like the same thing again over the top and then not watch it is what I'll do, and probably keep the highlights closer to the actual colors. But yeah, so kind of something new. This is the dried wash now, which it looks okay actually already, but probably touch it up a bit.
Let's see. And Crash Bandicoot has been on Game Boy Advance and DS, I think. Yeah, like he hasn't been exclusive to Sony, especially recently. The remaster has been on a bunch of consoles, but the main series was always like a Sony thing. So he's like largely viewed as a Sony character, even though, you know, he was owned by Activision. I think it was. Who was he owned by? Or was it Spyro that's owned by Activision? Ah, well. I need to pick out some stones and then do washes, and I think... Let's see. Wish I could say the same about Kingdom Hearts. The series has been all over the place. I just want to port to Switch.
Oh, that'd be cool.
I'm genuinely surprised that they haven't done that by now, because there's a lot of crossover between Nintendo fans and like Kingdom Hearts fans. Like, they've looped Xbox in, and it's funny because you would figure that and I guess this is just going off of like the stereotypes of each base, but you'd figure that the Xbox fan base would be more likely to be made up of people who wouldn't be interested in Kingdom Hearts. So it's very funny that they got like the big compilations, but the Switch didn't. And I highly doubt that it's that the Switch can't run it. It's not that technically demanding of a series. If they got The Witcher 3 working on it, they can get Kingdom Hearts working on it.
Yeah, for real.
I realized there's a little skull there to pick out. At some point I need to play 3. I've got the collection on our PS4. And it's that thing where it's like, I'm debating starting 3 or replaying all of them, because I have played all of them already, but it's been a while. But it's weird, I've got like a love-hate relationship with the series. Like, I like 2, I like Birth by Sleep. I like 1, mostly for nostalgia. But there's stuff about the series that I just really don't like. So I don't know, it's... I feel like you play Kingdom Hearts expecting a very specific thing. Like, it's definitely got its own vibe. And I don't think there's anything else out there that quite does what Kingdom Hearts does.
Like, add Goofy and Mickey and Donald into an anime game?
More than just that. Like, it's more than just having Disney references. Like, it's the way that it's written, I wouldn't say is, like, good. But it, like, it's extremely itself. And I don't think that there's any other series that really scratch the exact same itch that Kingdom Hearts does. Wow. Played all the other games in the series, but I can't play 3 because it's on PS4 or Xbone. Didn't the DLC for 3 drop recently? It did, I believe. I think the biggest problem with Kingdom Hearts is the lack of freedom allowed because of licensing rights. That's why the story never made any sense. I don't know if it's just that, because a majority of, like, the actual story happens outside of the Disney stuff. So I don't think that it's the Disney licensing that, like, affects the main overall story to a great degree. I think a lot of it is just the way that Nomura views storytelling. But... because, I mean, like, the Final Fantasy VII Remake had some extremely Kingdom Hearts things done to it. But then, The World Ends With You was extremely good. So, who knows? The important thing is, I'm not somebody who has proved himself and likely don't know what I'm talking about. Like what you like. Played the first one but got super frustrated with the AI and constantly having to rescue my team. Yeah, the AI, especially in the first game, it can be extremely... I mean, there's all those... there's all the memes of Donald casting Thundaga as everybody around him dies. I think from a gameplay standpoint, 2 was a massive step up. But I still wouldn't say that, like, Kingdom Hearts is where you go if you want, like, flawless, extremely good action gameplay, you know? It's not gonna scratch the same itch that, like, Devil May Cry does. They essentially just rub their face on the enemy. Unboxing my Dread Hollow, had to glue in a magnet, a tree post, and now a whole stump that was half loose, not even opened at all yet. Oh, woof.
We've heard a few problems about the glue and things sticking in like that. It's our factory doing that. We've tried to make it better. Hopefully it's not all that way, but we've had issues with the gluing before. The best thing that you can do is really just glue it back on. Sorry about that. Like, I'm like, it happens and it stinks, but really the best option is to glue it back. Wish it were better, but
come on.
You alright?
Yeah, my metallics just always get stopped up.
Oh yeah, they get a little gunky.
It's like a struggle to, like, get them to come out. They get a little McClunky. Am I right, guys?
got him.
McClunky. Oh, I want to do that as a bit now.
McClunky?
Yeah, so they basically it's a thing they added to try and round out. I think it's Greedo right before he gets shot says McClunky. Now, and it's like it's such a funny sentence. It's supposed to be like an intimidating sentence, but it's just like one of the least intimidating.
Wait, what is this for?
Star Wars.
Oh.
It's supposed to be like a threatening sentence. Yeah, it's supposed to be a threatening sentence, but like the alien word that they chose for this threatening sentence was McClunky. So I'm just imagining like it as like a milady thing, like a McClunky. I'm trying to remember like the exact circumstances of it. You heard McClunky from Vine Sauce. It was a pretty big meme when it happened. Let's see. Perfect. Drop some gold on this, and that should honestly be done outside of washes. Oh, it's already 7:57. Okay. Gotta paint some Dread Hollow? Oh, man. Well, hopefully the guides are helpful. Okay. Bam. Alright. Washes and then we're good. Husband's all cut up with Cyberpunk. Has he beaten it already? There's no way he's beaten it already. That game's supposed to be like a 70-hour game or something. I have some friends who've been playing it. I'm going to wait a while, at least until all the bug stuff is figured out. And until I have a better graphics card, because I've been trying to get a better graphics card for a while, but they keep getting scalped.
Yeah, I was definitely seeing some trees through buildings.
There's been some extremely funny bugs coming out of people's early sessions. It's been fun to see them, but I'm just gonna wait. I've got other things I can play in the meantime. I'm not in any rush. So let's wait for it to get fixed. Let's see. Stuff up there. Okay, I've hit that. Almost done. Bam.
Ooh.
These on here.
Amy says, so it cut out when you were mentioning Dread Hollow painting. I'm going to start on light forest floors, the new paint scheme, LOL. Good luck.
I'm very excited to see. I've seen some people doing. People have been posting like their custom Dread Hollow paint jobs and everything. Some people have been doing fall and stuff like that. I'm very excited. We're gonna end up having to paint some of that when Wildlands comes because we got everything unpainted. Well, not everything, but a lot of stuff unpainted. So very excited to hear how difficult the paint job actually is.
Yeah, I'm curious to see with like the Aaron's paint video, see what people can pull off.
Yeah. Did we put out a paint video for the new scheme yet?
I'm not sure.
I don't think we
have. Mentioned it for sure on Twitch, and we did a Twitch video about it.
Yeah, we did a stream about it. We should get out a video when we have the time.
Yeah, agreed.
So especially with Wildlands coming, like we should definitely cover that.
Yes, you guys sang.
Oh, that was the one where we sang.
Was it?
Which one?
I mean, that doesn't really narrow it down, yeah.
Yeah.
It's been the Carol of the Bells with the meows.
I thought that was when we had both of the painters there. Oh well.
It is, but I think she also
that's
did
right.
Forest Floors then.
Meow of the bells.
The cat Carol.
Carol of the Meows.
Oh man.
Bam. Hamster, I did send you the 'cause I realized you hadn't had a chance to see it. I did send you. I made a little highlight reel.
Oh.
Of the streams we did this year.
Oh, sweet. I love that. Where did you send it to me?
I sent it to you on Slack, so when you have
Okay.
time. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
It's
All right.
really sweet. It made my heart warm.
Oh.
All right. So
It's crazy how much time has actually passed since we started doing this.
Well, yeah, I hopped in the stream the other day when you said how many hours we had done this stream, even though it's so new. It's pretty wild.
yeah, we've already done over 24 hours of the hobby hang alone, 234 hours of Twitch altogether this year. So there's the boat.
Ooh.
Just very, very basic. I'm just trying to get these table ready. I'm not going for high art right now.
Yeah.
And then, oh man, if I can get these to read.
3 ghosties.
Yeah. Just
I'm digging this lady you got, Hamster.
3 shades.
Thank you. That's coming on all right.
I'm going to get the
Is
paint.
this the opaque ghost that we're doing?
What's that?
I'm talking to Chris. Are these
Oh.
the clear ones?
Yeah, so I got 3 more, other than the ones that I did on stream before. Because we're going to a place where we might run into a lot of these.
Ooh.
And so I was like, you know what? Let's get more of these because they're quick to paint up. And then now I've got 6 of these we can drop on a table, basically.
Nice.
So that's the main thing, is I'm just trying to build up enough of a base that I just don't want us to wind up like lacking something that we need for a game.
Yeah.
Well, if you're wrapped up, I might call it. I didn't quite get done because I was picking at a few of these, but they're in a pretty good spot.
Yeah, I gotta go play my game now. But
Awesome. Well, hey, everybody, next week, Toby's going to come on and paint some miniatures for the first time, so that'll be fun.
Woo!
yeah, Toby's never painted before. I don't think that's true.
It'll be fun. I won't be the only sassy.
Thank you, Amy. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm excited to shake up the dynamic a bit, and also just get to feature some more people.
Yeah, he's going to be a master, that's right.
All right.
Cool. Well, yeah, so look out for that, the next hobby stream. I think after next week there's going to be a holiday break.
Yeah,
we
we'll
won't
be
have
off-
the stream.
We'll be off till the new year after next week.
So make sure you tune in. And otherwise, thanks for painting along and hanging out. And we'll see you next time, right?
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.